everybody, WorldWideRailfanTV here. Today is episode 5 of Retired Amtrak Power. Today I'll be talking about possibly Amtrak's strangest diesels of all time, the EMD F69PHAC. I will call it the F69 for short in this video. The F69PHAC was a diesel-electric engine created in a joint effort between General Motors' Electromotive Division and Siemens. Some think they were built just for touring with the German ice train set around the country, but the story begins way before that. Their story begins 3 years before in 1989. Amtrak wanted a small quantity of testing engines with alternating current traction, or AC traction. By June of '89, two F69s were delivered to Amtrak number 450 through 451. Both were not intended as road power because there were only two. When they were delivered, they were in Phase 3A. The F69s were essentially AC engines in an F40PHM-2 shell. They had EMD steel cast bells and first-generation Nathan K5LAs. Unit number 450 had a severely fouled K5LA despite being brand new. Here are some samples of both. Sooner or later, Amtrak was done testing them, and they just sat on property until 1999 when Amtrak was testing the German Intercity Express, better known as the ICE train set. The ICE was electric, and Amtrak wanted to tour the country with it like they did with the X2000 and Flexliner. This time around, Amtrak wanted matching diesel equipment for the ICE so it would tour the country looking much better. Amtrak painted both of their F69s into an ICE paint scheme, in addition to a baggage car that was painted and turned into a transformer because the F69s provided alternating current, but the ICE used direct current. The baggage car turned AC from the engine into DC and sent it to the ICE train. As I am talking about AC and DC, I feel it is appropriate to explain what the classification F69PHAC means. F means full-width cowl body. The body of the engine is as wide as the axles, and there is no sidewalking platforms. The 69 means the model series. The P means passenger. The H means head and power, or HEP equipped, and the AC means it runs on alternating current. Also, they had 3,000 horsepower. These engines successfully pulled the ICE tour train, and soon after, Amtrak found no use for them. Alternating current locomotives have less tractive effort than direct current. Amtrak probably would have bought a lot more F69s if they were as powerful as today's AC engines. Back then, this was not true. F69s were not as efficient, so it was better for the railroad to buy GE AMD-103s or P40 DCs. This is what ended up happening. The final factor to decide if Amtrak should get F69s or AMD-103s was the price tag. Generally, AC engines cost more than DC engines, and early AC engines like the F69 were even more. Amtrak eventually made the decision to sell the F69s to National Railway Equipment, aka NRE, which is a company that rebuilds locomotives and sells train parts. The F69s kept their Amtrak roster numbers of 450 and 451. Sadly, both F69s are gone as of now. Chances are there are some newer NRE engines with parts from the 450 and 451. The F69PHACs may not have been the most iconic or important engine for Amtrak, but they opened up a new railroad frontier of AC engines, and it led Amtrak to buy the General Electric P32 ACDM dual-mode alternating current engines. Many other railroads have bought more equipment using alternating current traction. Thanks for watching. I worked very hard on this video, and it was pretty hard to find info on these engines. If you want to choose what the next episode will be, you can vote in the top right corner by clicking the I button. The choices are GG1, Flex Train, X2000, and Ice Train. If you don't want any of these, leave them down in the comments. Please stop asking for the AM7 and F40PH because they have already been done by Amtrak Guy 365. By the way, I may not have said this, but I give all credit to Amtrak Guy 365 for this video idea.